The High Court in Johannesburg has granted Clicks an interdict against the EFF, allowing it to continue operations without interruption. It's day 2 of the protests by the EFF. The party is boycotting Clicks and Tresemme after a racist hair product advert was published on the Clicks website. The party plans to go ahead with a week-long protest. Now, eNCA reporter Nobesuthu Hejana has been monitoring the situation at Clicks stores in Cape Town. Today, she was earlier manhandled by some EFF protesters. She joins us now live. Nobesuthu, thanks once again for your time. It doesn't seem like the EFF have been planning to back down. What have you been observing throughout the day?
Well, Clement, about 17 stores, they have managed to close them down, and they've been going to different Clicks stores in and around Cape Town. Earlier this morning, they started at Grondebosch, where they forced employees to actually close down the store. And throughout their visits to different Clicks stores, there are police around, and the latest store before going to Plumstead, it was Constantia, where they actually forced out Clicks employees to walk out, and there also private security as well as the mall security with police from Dip River were called in to monitor the situation. But I must say, though, they've been very calm to the staff and how they handle them, because they usually go into the store and ask them to close down the store and have speak to the managers, asking them to let go of the staff. But later on, we were in Plumstead, where they were engaging with the store manager there. But things did take a change when they saw us with our mic branding, some of the supporters who had a problem with us being there. But earlier on, we did speak to their leaders who were ensuring us that we are safe and we can film their protests, but as long as we're not talking to the party members.
Yeah, in fact, we're looking at those visuals right now, Nobesuthu, of you doing a live crossing with me earlier, and they were just pushing you around and telling you to walk away. So just explain to us what was happening there. Were they engaging with the manager of Clicks? Was the staff still inside the store? What was happening there?
So the staff was still inside that particular Clicks store, and they were forcing them to be let go or to be taken out. But the store manager had asked that they do that peacefully. But when private security and police were around, they started being a bit of aggressive towards the store manager. And when we were trying to get closer to that particular engagement, some of the members turned around and then they said, eNCA is here and eNCA needs to leave. And they then tried to push me around. But then when I told them that we were given the opportunity and granted the permission to be there, but as long as we're not talking to any of the members, that was fine. But then when I was talking to the gentleman who was stating that he's supportive of their actions, some were trying to listen in and saying that we are interviewing white people, but they were not really listening to what that gentleman was particularly saying. So they had a problem with that, and then they said we needed to leave. And then my colleague and I, Mario, we decided then, because we were not sure how they were going to treat us when their leaders drive away, and we'll be behind with them following their visits to different stores. So we were not sure if they were going to treat us the same. So we then decided that it was no longer safe for us to be around them.
Yeah, it's better to be safe. Did their leaders talk to the supporters, Nobesuthu? I mean, you were in a public space. You are very much allowed to interview whoever you want to interview, as long as it's not them if they don't want to be interviewed. And I get that the leaders gave you the permission to come and film around them as long as you don't interview them. But did they send that message strongly to the supporters? Because from the visuals we saw earlier, when you were pushed around, it doesn't look like they get that.
Well, I've been trying to engage with the leadership and asking them that What exactly is their mandate? Is it that they're not speaking to eNCA in all provinces, or is it just here in the Western Cape where they have a problem with us? And they said that until they get a mandate from their national leaders, they will then speak to the media. But during that particular time, the leaders were still engaging with the clique's manager as well as the police. So they were not aware of what was happening at the back, because there's one gentleman who did try to step in and asking them to leave us alone as they were pushing us away. So the leaders, we did not get an opportunity to speak to them, because after that crossing, we tried to head back to the car, so that because some of them were not very happy with us being there. So we decided, instead of us waiting for their leaders, we don't know what they will do to us, so let's rather leave.
All right, Nobesuthu Hejana, thank you so much for your time, and stay safe out there.